one of the amazing things about the Requiem is the very beginning. The cellos. It's very, very quiet, muted line that introduces the chorus and the rest of the strings to this word Requiem. Requiem. Because it creates a spell that is unique in music, I think. And in contrast to that, also unique is the force and aggression of the Dies Irae, and what a fear-creating music this is, and what a dramatic cry, this anger and this the day of judgment, the impending judgment and the fear of that judgment is just amazing. And with this drum, this gran cassa, this bass drum, which with offbeat accents, pow, 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 pow. It's tremendous force. Amazing, this contrast. And so I think the piece is always back and forth with amazing lyricism and poetry and primal human aggression. A requiem written by an Italian, and I think Italians' relationship to religion is explosive. It's very emotional. It's full of temperament, full of fear. This is the most important thing. It's full of fear. This is a God-fearing country. And the specter of being punished, of sins. Look, it sounds like an opera I'm describing. That's what an Italian approach to this kind of thing, to the idea of being punished, the idea of a terrible death. It's a very Catholic thing. It couldn't have been any other way. I've worked with singers all my life, so at some point I found myself coaching singers in this repertoire. But I remember the very first experience that I had being close to this piece was working with Maestro Romano Gandolfi in Bridgeport, Connecticut, of all places, on the East Coast. He came to the Connecticut Grand Opera, and he was the legendary chorus master of La Scala, and he came to conduct the Verdi Requiem. Didn't speak a word of English, and so I was his pianist, his translator, his bodyguard, his everything. I was a kid. I was very, very young. And I learned the piece from him in a way that will stay with me forever, because his knowledge of how to make music with the chorus, and this music runs in his veins, you know, and I don't know, it was an experience that marked me forever. It was very, very important, and to have this connection to a real Italian musician. Verdi was asked to participate in writing a mass in memory of Rossini, and in which he wrote the Libera Me, which is in a different form from what we know it today, but it's very, very, very similar. And he kept this when he went to write the Requiem. I think when you keep in mind this dedication, this homage to Rossini, and the dedicatee of this work, of the Requiem, Manzoni, the great Italian writers. I think the importance, the necessity to be proud of being an Italian, of being proud of the power of the Italian culture and the individuality of the Italian cultural heritage was very important at the time. And it was a very, very strong signal to the people, but to the outside world also. We have the extra added excitement now of being able to record this piece, which is a very rare today, you know, the possibility to record something so important as the Requiem of Verdi, where also the chorus, this wonderful chorus that's here, has an enormous participation. But my interpretation is also influenced by who my soloists are. I cannot just decide what I'm going to do with this piece and then, you know, I have to take into consideration the color of the voices that I have in front of me, their individual personalities, their work as a team. I think, to be fair, the music is written in a way where you need real singers who are used to singing Verdi in the opera house, because the écriture, the writing for the voices, is often quite dramatic. The difference is that they have to be a very high level of musician, because they're often singing a cappella with no accompaniment, and quite sophisticatedly, harmonically speaking, it's quite technically difficult, and to hear and to pick the notes out and to learn it is quite tricky. And a feeling of that the singer's sense of taste and refinement has to be quite elevated. It's very easy to become vulgar in this music, and this must never happen. I think the fact that we're recording it live is very, very important, because I think that that will bring the frisson of the concert, of the live experience. I think we have 4 very special soloists. I think we have a great orchestra, and I think we have a great chorus, and a very organic Italian music, Italian team. And I think I have experience with the piece, all the singers have experience with the piece, the orchestra also, the chorus. So we're not coming to it for the first time. And I think that this creates the possibility that this recording will have something to say about the piece, which is, in the end, the most important thing.